Hi, my name is Kris Ella, and I am starting a YouTube channel. And I'm starting this YouTube channel to share more with individuals about ASQ embroidery and what it means to me, why I do embroidery, and just be able to share a little bit more about myself with you all and share more about what it is that I do with my embroidery with you all. As you all can see, I am in my studio of ASQ embroidery. I have my machine, all my threads, and these aren't even like all of my threads. I have a whole another section of threads in the other corner. And yeah, it's this is my love, my joy, my passion. I typically tell people that my embroidery passion is I invest in it the same way that individuals that they collect cars and they may collect boats, or I don't know what all people collect, coins. I know people collect lots of things. Lots of women love nice purses and shoes, and all those things are wonderful and magnificent. And for me, I like to invest in my embroidery. That doesn't mean I don't love nice shoes and things like that, but this is where I invest and pour my resources. It's time, love, financial, everything. I pour it into embroidery. And I want to be able to share with everyone why it is that I do embroidery and what it means to me and why what it is I seek to share with the world through my embroidery. So I am the youngest of my family. I have an older sister and also have an older brother. And my mom is the creative mastermind and the individual that poured all of her creativity into me. And I am forever grateful for that from her. So my mom, she would sew. She was a seamstress. She made her clothes growing up, her little brother's suits growing up. She was very talented. And she took the time to share with me how to sew. And one thing that's very beneficial for teaching me how to sew at a young age was that I used to make all my Barbie doll clothes, and we didn't have lots of money and things like that. So in order for my dolls to have new clothes, I would take the material that my mom had left over from things that she would make for me and my sister, and I would use it to make skirts and blouses and leggings, like pants for my Barbie dolls. And I would actually, risk getting in trouble, taking time when I was supposed to be studying, and I wasn't studying. I was actually just making Barbie doll clothes and having fun doing that. Now, I don't make clothes and items like that today. I do know how to follow a pattern. However, that's not where my joy lies. My joy lies in making creative gifts for individuals. I love making pillows and blankets and things of that nature, keepsakes that people can have for their lifetime and pass on to their loved ones. Um, my mom, she taught me how to embroider also. And you see this machine here. However, that is not what my mom taught me to embroider on. My mom taught me how to embroider using the wooden hoop, and you clamp your material into it. You have a needle and you have this embroidery thread, and it came in so many different colors. I mean, at one point I had like 50 something colors in a little bucket because I just used to buy embroidery thread when I was younger. And so I will share with this is something, this is what I learned how to embroider on. And this is one that I was working with my niece and my son because they wanted to make something one day. So I told them that before they could get on the machine, they had to do something by hand. And so, but this is how I made my first items in embroidery. And I actually made my best friend's daughter a blanket using the same method. And um, I took her daughter's name, which is Jasmine Sarah, and each of the letters of her name was on a square of the quilt, and I embroidered by hand the big JAZZMIN all the way around, and I put an adjective with each letter, and I put that adjective there to associate a characteristic that I would hope and pray that she would embody as she, grew up, and something that, she could emulate as she grew up. And in the middle of the blanket, I've written her a poem, and I embroidered the entire poem by hand. And when you do hand embroidery, every little stitch, you can't just go from here to here. You have to take it inch by inch, centimeter by centimeter, to really make it last. So I did that for her entire blanket, and I poured so much love and joy. I was excited about the blanket, and I couldn't tell her about the blanket as I was making it because I wanted it to be a surprise for her at her baby shower. So nonetheless, I made that blanket for her daughter about 20 years ago, and her daughter still has that blanket till this day. That is her favorite blanket. It's one that she has kept all these years, that everyone knows that's Jasmine's blanket, and it's very meaningful for her. And my best friend and I lost contact, through the years, but when we reconnected, she shared with me that her daughter still had that blanket, and I was moved to tears because that meant so much to me, because my purpose in making something was becoming realized, and she still had the blanket, and she loves it, and she adores it. And Jasmine recently had a son, and Aisha, that's my best friend, she asked me to make a blanket for her son. And to be asked that, I was so honored, because that meant that what it is that I do is having a lasting effect on not just one generation, but also a following generation within a family. And I was just beyond moved, and had so much love and joy when I made his blanket also, and it's one that he can crawl around on, and everything. So it's like really, really awesome. So that is why I do embroidery. Those stories like that mean so much to me, just as much as I give those individuals, they give back to me. My love language is giving gifts. I love to listen to people. I love to hear what it is that they say, and I love to like make little notes. I would listen to my mom and my sister, growing up, and just listen for keywords. And when they would say something, I was like, oh, okay, cool beans. That's something that maybe when an occasion comes around, or sometimes even if occasion didn't come around, I was able to give them something. And I take that same love language that I have, and I use it when I make things for individuals. So I like to know a little bit about the person, know a little bit about what it is that they desire, and then I like to go from there, with making something for the individuals. And hopefully, not hopefully, but making something to ensure that they have something that they will keep for a lifetime. Now, lots of the things I make baby items, because obviously everyone loves to have something personalized for their baby. But I also make home items, pillows. I've made some quilts, just different things. What are those? Kitchen towels with sayings on them. And some of the things are purely decor, because when you get something embroidered, trust me, you don't want to destroy it, and you don't want to have it. Now, the things I make are fully functional. However, I have been told that by some of the individuals that I've made things for, that they don't use them. They're those things that sit and they're pretty. And that gives me joy too, because they will keep those pretty things for a lifetime. So those are things that I really enjoy, and that is my reason for doing embroidery. And I'm taking these times out to really share more with individuals, so you can see, well, not see, but you can hear. Well, you see me too, I guess, but you can hear a little bit more about why it is that I do embroidery. Not just see the pictures of what it is that I make, but also know the story behind some of the things that I make. I will also on this channel eventually start to do tutorials because I would like to share with individuals about embroidery, what it is, how to do it, and things of that nature. For me, I learned a lot from my mom, and then I graduated to doing machine embroidery, away from doing it by hand. And that was something that I was looking forward to, sharing more with my mom, because I introduced machine embroidery to my mom, and she is like, Kris Ella, I don't use those machines. She would still do things by hand. But eventually it was one of those things where she and I would kind of tag team and make some things. And that was one of my goals. And, you know, God had other plans, for that, but I still think of my mom every time that I make something and every time that I do embroidery. And it's just a love and a joy that I have. And I'm very thankful to my mom for sharing her gift and her love with me in that way. And I seek to share that with you all, and hope that, I can share more with you all on my journey and why it is that I have so much joy and I get so much joy from embroidery, and I seek to share that with you all. And I will be sharing more of the things that I make, the how that I make them. Obviously I will put it where it speeds up really, really fast, because embroidery does take lots of time. Even with this large machine, there are some things that can take lots of time to make. Um, so I invite you all to join me on this journey. And this is something that's very new to me, but it's also very exciting. I'm looking forward to being more engaging with people, and sharing with individuals more about myself, about embroidery, and sharing my joy and my love and my passion with everyone. So thank you all for watching my very first YouTube video. You will hear me refer to individuals as my ASCIIs. A little bit about me: I like to give people nicknames. I come up with different characteristics. It's a whole mental thing that I do. And so ASQ is my business, and people that engage with me in ASQ, and people that are watching my videos, people that I talk to, they are all a part of my ASCII family. And so welcome, you guys, my ASCIIs. I have current ASCIIs, and I'm looking for new ASCIIs. And I like saying ASCIIs, as you can see. And I just invite you all to join me on this journey, and I look forward to sharing more with you. And that's all for now. So take care. Bye.